My name is Carl. I am an artist from the Pacific Northwest, specializing in photography, leatherwork, and painting. Please follow along while we learn, get inspired, and create. Welcome to my channel. My name is Carl. I'm a Bob Ross certified painting instructor. I thought today we'd paint a happy mountain scene. So let's go up to the canvas here. So I have a 16 by 20 canvas. It's double primed, and I put a little bit of liquid white. I can't stress enough not to overdo the liquid white. You just want a little bit so we can then blend and move paint on the canvas. So I'm going to go into, we're going to start with a little sky. So I'm going to go into a little phthalo blue. And because we have liquid white up there, the blue is going to mix and get lighter as we work it in. So I'm going to do little X strokes. And I don't want to cover everything with blue. I just want to leave little pockets here and there of some white for the indication of clouds. Now these streaks, we'll blend those out here. So we'll just keep working it around, just like that. Maybe we'll do some nice mountains today as well. Now I'm gonna just get a little bit more blue. And I think we're going to have a little bit of water, so just some horizontal strokes. I don't know, maybe something like that. There we go. Well, I have a few brushes going here, so I'm going to take a clean brush and just, again, using those X strokes. Look at how nicely that blends because we have that liquid white. Just softens, kind of like a whisper. And you can keep blending this to whatever level you like. I don't mind some streaks. I think it gives the painting a little bit of character. Oh, very nice. Now just some horizontal strokes to set in the brush strokes. All right, I have a fan brush here, and we're going to go into a little bit of titanium white. In the tiniest bit. Like tiny, very small, bright red. Just a hint that'll give the cloud some warmth. And then with the corner of the brush, here we go. We're just gonna pop in some clouds, and I'm gonna go right over where I have the white. And all we're looking for is just a top edge, just like that. And when you're doing clouds, I'm going to set my brush down. When you're doing clouds, you want to do them in layers. That always helps. Now I have a dry brush, and I'm going to use very light pressure. And just at the base of the clouds, I'm doing little circles. Or I guess you could say little tiny, like C's, like just wispy strokes. And then I'm going to fluff the cloud, just like that. All right, let's do another layer. So back to my fan brush. Maybe we have one, yep, right here. Now I want to leave a little bit of space in between. Some more paint. Yeah, maybe we have right up in here. Okay. Again, I'm going to go back to my 1-inch brush, and we're going to do a little bit of blending again. Just each layer, one at a time. Just like that. And then again, we'll wisp the cloud, just super light pressure. 3 hairs and some air. Now I kind of like that, where you catch that bright paint, and then we'll just set it in very softly. Ooh, we got some powerful clouds there. Just blend that base. And maybe we'll just do one more quick one more quick layer right in front. Maybe we have one. Yeah, let's do it right there. A little bit more paint. And let's put something just right here. Maybe just comes across right there. There we go. Just a little indication. Oh, I like that. Back to my 1-inch brush. Just soften it. Remember, I'm not touching the top really. I'm just going into the base of the cloud. And then we'll wisp. And then soften. There we go. We got a happy cloud. A few happy clouds actually. Okay, let's do some mountains. So I have the knife. Perfect. We just want a dark mixture. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut that in half and put a little bit more white in one of the piles. This way, as we move forward, we can get a little bit darker with one of the piles. And for the distant mountain, we'll be a little bit lighter. Okay. So a little roll of paint. So I pull it out, cut across, little roll of paint. And right over here, maybe right under this cloud, we have just a happy mountain back here. Maybe just something like that. And all we care about is that top edge. Maybe it comes across, just like that. This is farther away, so we don't need a lot of detail back here. I'm going to go back to that 1-inch brush. And I'm going to think of the lay of the land, and I'm going to pull that paint. Look at that. Just because we have that color under there. Look at that. Now I'm going to make sure I'm going to get some of that paint off my brush. There we go. I can blend. Now notice how it mixes with that liquid white. It gets softer. Maybe this peak will come down right there. Just like that. And we're going to go into a little bit, just that white mixture that had a hint of red. And again, I'm getting a little roll of paint, cut across. I just want an indication. I do not want much here. So we're going to go up here and just let the paint lightly come across. And again, I don't want a little bit more. I don't want much. Just a whisper. Back here, just indication. Yep, just like that. Maybe this one comes down. Yeah. Now I'm going to take that mountain mixture, just a little bit for a little shadow. Add a little bit of phthalo blue and a little bit more white. So we want kind of this shadow, but I don't want it to be too contrasty, just because this mountain is farther in the distance. Cut across. I actually like that. Just a little bit of shadow back here. There we go. And maybe right here, just a little bit. Ooh, that's nice. Now leave some of these dark areas. You don't want to destroy all of those. That adds depth to your painting. Now, this tiny area, I'm going to use this small part of the knife. Find it's a little easier to get into some of those spots. Just like that. And you know what I'm seeing here? I feel like just the highlight portion, just a little bit. I'm going to kind of tidy up my paint here, pull out a little bit more. Maybe just right in here. Yep. Just kind of set that in a little bit. Yeah, very nice. Okay. I'm going to take that 1-inch brush. You'll see we use that 1-inch brush a lot. And I want to create some mist down here. So I'm just going to tap the base. And remember, we have liquid white up here. I want to think of the lay of the land just a little bit. I don't want to go too high into the mountain, but just to create some misty areas. Look at that. Now I want to think of the lay of the land here. So as we're blending, think of the lay of the land. And look at that. See that? I can just mist. And we're gonna put something over here, so that won't be an issue. Just soften the base. Just floating up there. So again, I have the 2 piles. I'm going to go into the slightly darker mixture. And we could again use this for some trees later if we have a little extra paint. So I'm going to go into the mixture, pull it out flat. Little roll of paint. Let's do that again. Little roll of paint. And we have this big mountain right here, let's say. Maybe, remember, I just worry about that top edge. More paint, maybe right there. Wow, that's a powerful mountain. It comes right in front. Maybe we have a little extra peak over here. And see that mist? That helps kind of push that mountain in the back. There we go. And I'm going to scrub in some color, and then I want to remove as much as I can. There we go. Okay. And let's take our 1-inch brush, and we're going to try to just blend that in again. So pull, think of the lay of the land, push that other mountain back. Just like that. Grab and pull. Yep. Wow, look at how it pushed that other mountain miles into the distance. Now I do want to remove as much paint as I can, so that'll help when we get to our highlights. If you have too much paint on there, it can be a little bit of a challenge to get it to stick. There we go. And again, we have the liquid white here, so that blends in nicely. And we're going to go into more, we'll go a little bit more bright red. Ooh, that's a little too much. I got carried away. There, just warm it up. Ooh, that's nice. Just a little bit more. So I'm in white paint, pull it out flat, and cut across. Okay, and maybe we have just some indications. And very soft. There we go, just like that. You want to feel the paint stick, and then let it just grab. The grain of the canvas will grab it. Blend it out. And maybe we have this peak right here. Yep. You can spend so much time on mountains. They're some of my favorite parts of a painting. And just leave all those little crevices, details. We want that break. Yeah, just like that. Ooh, I kind of like that. I'm going to leave that right there. And maybe this comes across like this. Maybe we have some jagged parts. Just think of the lay of the land. That snow's coming from the right, the highlights. Maybe this, look at this, we can blend it right, match it right in there. Look at that. the knife I'm using is the small knife. If I was to do an 18 by 24 canvas, I'd go with the bigger knife. Maybe back here, look at that. We've just a little bit indicate. Look at that, we just pushed that back. And then I'm seeing another peak. Maybe this peak back here. Oh, look at that. It comes right across. Wow. As Bob would say, you have the power to move mountains. So cool. I started this method when I was 16. Just sat in front of the TV and watched Bob paint masterpieces. All right, let's go into some a little bit of Prussian blue. And we'll kind of pull that into. I want this to be a little bit more powerful of a shadow. Give it some contrast as this mountain is in the foreground. There. Let's just see. When you mix up a color, you can always do a little test. I'm going to go into the small part of the knife just back here. Let's just kind of see. Ooh, that might be a little bit too bright. Let's tone it down a little bit more white. Just mute it down just a touch. There we go. And I'm going to take a little bit of black too. I'm just going to mute this just a touch. I was getting a little carried away there. Maybe back here. Yep. And again, I'm using the small part of the knife. I tend to like the control a little better. A little bit more paint, maybe back here. And I'm just thinking, I don't want to destroy all that dark. Maybe like we can make this peak jet out by just bringing this in front. Ooh, look at that. Just some indications back there, just indications. And then as we come down, just some hints of some shadows. And again, we're going to create that mist down there. And then back in this little corner back here, ooh, I like that. Okay, there. I think we have ourselves some happy mountains. Maybe, yeah, maybe. I'm just going to go back just a quick minute and see if we want to make any tweaks to our highlights. So maybe. Oh, that's nice, right there. Maybe right here. Maybe we could have just a touch more right there. Coming down just the ridge. There we go. Okay. In a clean, dry, I'm going to wipe this off real quick. Clean and dry brush. We are going to kind of set in the base again. So I'm going to tap. Thinking of the direction of the mountain, the lay of the land. And I'm being firm. I'm being firm. Maybe in here, just a little bit on the shadow side. Just like that. And I'm going to just start blending, just like a whisper. Wow, just look at that. Up the mountain, maybe here. Just soften that. And just like that, we've created some mist. We're going to do some distant foothills back here. I'm going to go into a 1-inch brush into that mixture, just tapping. Tap, tap, tap. I'm going to just see how this color looks with yeah, I'm gonna grab a little bit of yellow. Just mix it in there. I wanted to lighten this up just a touch. Light green mixture. And we are gonna just put some indications. Some happy distant foothills. We can lift up, maybe create the illusion of distant trees. Reload. And if we're having a little tough time sticking, I have a little bit of walnut oil. You could use liquid white. Oop, we got a brush here, bristle. There we go. And think of the lay of the land. Ooh, look at that. These are way off in the distance. Just like that. Notice how I'm following the lay of the land. Maybe this way. Ooh, yeah. Come down the mountain this way. Just indications. And some of this will be covered up. We won't see it. Maybe like right here. Kind of wraps around. All right. Now again, with a very clean and dry brush, we're going to blend all this. Just soften it. Just set it into the background. Be careful not to disrupt too much back there, up into the mountain. Just looking to create that misty look. Got some distant foothills. Yeah, just like that. Right over here. I think that mist really sets apart the painting, creates those layers. There, we'll set that in. All right, for the foreground, or middle ground, I should say, we're going to do some happy trees again. There we go. Okay, I'm going to grab a fan brush. This is actually the fan brush that I did the clouds with, but it still works. It just had white paint in it, so here we go. Going into the slightly lighter mixture. As we move forward with some evergreens, we'll darken the mixture. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to use a vertical motion, and I just want to think of maybe some distant evergreen trees way back here. And I want this, I'm kind of sliding the brush. Just like that. Maybe it comes down just a little bit. You know what, maybe these will go mostly across. I'm going to reload. Yeah, just like this. Ooh, that's nice. And we're looking to create just some uniqueness here, so we don't have just a straight line of trees. Maybe some of them go down. You know what, maybe over here on the right side, maybe it starts to go back up again. There we go, just like that. Maybe I'm going to reload. Get that, and I'm just loading both sides, flipping it. Get a nice chisel. Ooh. Some happy trees, off in the distance, not a lot of detail. There we go. I'm just going to fill that in a little bit, and then we'll do our classic mist. Back to the 1-inch brush, and with firm pressure, there we go. Look at that. Well, and I used the one with the blue paint, but that's okay. I'll show you how we can make this work. So, just like this, I switched over to a dry brush. As Bob would say, we don't make mistakes, we just have happy accidents. And I'm just going to blend that in, just like that, and then we'll go across. We're going to put some grass there, so just like that. I'm lifting upwards just to adjust the brush strokes there. There, and look at that, we have a nice misty background. I'm going to go right back into that same color. And maybe right in here we have just so right where that mist starts here. I'm going to go right below that, and maybe there's some grasses here. Just like that. Yep. Want to think of the lay of the land. I'm just tapping. Just tapping. Ooh, very nice. We'll put some light highlights on here too. And I'm gonna have I think I'm gonna put a tree right here, so. And here, you know what I see here? Maybe there's, yep, maybe we have, go into a little bit of dark sienna, a little bit of Van Dyke brown, hint of white. I want this to be pretty dark. But maybe we have just some indications. Maybe there's some little cliffs, little edges here before it gets to the water. Just like that. Yeah, there we go. And let's highlight that. Let's put just a little indication. A little bit more white, go across, and maybe not too much detail. Not too much detail. We're going to put a few highlights here on the grasses. So I'm going to grab a little bit of cad yellow. I'm going to go into a hint of liquid white. And up here I'm going to load my brush, tapping. So I'm with the 1-inch brush, I'm tapping. You can hear the paint really getting into those bristles. I'm going to go right up here, and I'm just going to tap. We just want to tap that top edge and then let it blend down. Ooh, I like that. And maybe we have right here. Yep. Just like that. Now notice I left a little bit there for that illusion of depth. So maybe on this side, a touch more liquid white. Remember, a thin paint will stick to a thick paint. So maybe back here, we're adding more depth. Yeah, just like that. Yep, maybe this comes right here. Goes right over our banks. Just like that. And what I'm going to do is put in a little bit of color, just a little bit down in here. Now I think I'll have some bushes over here, so we probably won't see that, but maybe just a little color. And then we'll do a little reflection. So watch this. Dry brush. If I pull down, straight down, you can create the illusion of a reflection. So straight down. There we go. And we'll put a little water line in. Little roll of paint. So maybe we got some sand. Yeah, just like that. Maybe back here. Don't want much. Just back here. And ooh, that's nice. Just a little indication. Go into a little bit more of that evergreen color, maybe a hint of dark. And I'm going to thin it down just with a little bit of walnut oil. And we're going to put a big, maybe right here we have a big, powerful tree. Yeah, just like that. Corner of the brush. And then as it goes down, I'm pushing a little bit firmer. And we have ourselves a happy evergreen tree. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to scrub in. Maybe we have, yep, right there. We have some, maybe there's some bushes and things right there. Okay. Grab a little bit of this color and we'll pull it down for a little reflection. Whisper, whisper, just like that. We'll put a little reflection here of our tree. There we go. Did a little reverse painting there. Just very soft, very soft. Set it in. I'm going to actually go into that yellow mixture that we did for the grass in the background. Just do a little highlight. Just do a little highlight for our evergreen tree here. We don't need a lot, just a little indication. And then it looks like we have some grasses back here. Maybe we'll bring a little bit more yellow. Again, liquid white, just to thin it. And we're going to go into some of the yellows, just to brighten it up a bit. Separate it maybe from the background. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. Just a different tone. And just... oh, I like that. I see something. Maybe we have some sand coming through. Yep, right down in there. Just like that. Okay, let's go back in. We'll kind of set some of these in here. I'm going to do a little water line here. A little roll of paint. Maybe it kind of goes back. Ooh, cuts around here. Little more paint. So we're going to go into this dark mixture, loading both sides with paint. And maybe right here, yep, there's a big tree. So touch corner of the brush, left and right, add pressure as you go. Now right here, I'm going to go through the mountain. I'll probably pick up some white paint. Yep, I did. I'm going to stop and I'm going to reload. Just a hint maybe of some walnut oil. You could use liquid clear. There we go. Reload. These big trees, you might have to reload quite a few times. Now I am using a small fan brush. You could use the big one for sure. You could use 1-inch brush, 2-inch brush. There we go. I'd say about there. There we go. 1-inch brush, I'm going to go into that darker mixture. And we're just going to fill in some bushes. Yeah, and down here I could just get some color in here. Yeah, there we go. Powerful bushes. Just some more paint. And I'm pushing upwards, bending those bristles. When I load it, I want to load pulling down, and that curve is up. And then maybe we have, yep, right in here, maybe right out here, we have some bushes coming out. There we go. Okay, I'm going to grab my knife. Go into a little bit of dark sienna, Van Dyke brown, a little bit of titanium white. Mix it up, cut across, and we're gonna give it a little like tree trunk. Just some indications. Not much. There we go. I'm gonna go into some liquid white. And I'm going to go into that yellowish mixture. We're going to highlight this evergreen tree. All right, let's go up here. Just some indications. Not too much. A little darker as we get lower. Oh, I like that. I'm going to go into a 1-inch brush. We're going to go into we'll just do a mix of fall colors. I got to thin down the paint, so we're going to go into some liquid white. Probably the most common mistake I see is people not using enough paint. So when I've taught painting classes, got to have a lot of paint in those bristles. So I'm pulling the paint, and we want to, ooh, look at that, just some nice bright bushes. And if it doesn't stick like that, then you just need to add some more liquid clear, liquid white. Here we go. Yeah, maybe that's nice. Big, powerful bush. Oh, I love the oranges, those tones. Okay, so and then maybe we'll throw in a little bit of Indian yellow, change the flavor a bit. Oh, look at that. And think of these bushes in layers. Maybe right in here. And don't lose all the dark. That adds depth to your picture. Yeah, just like this, some yellows. Maybe right back in here. Ooh, that's a beauty. Maybe it comes down here. All right, we're gonna go for some more vibrant colors here. Ooh, that's nice. How about a bright yellow one right on the end? It's kind of watching over all the bushes. Right here. Just a happy bush out there. And we can go in here, take our knife, and you can cut in some sticks and twigs. Just add some extra details, maybe some details on the tree. Maybe back here just a little bit. Little indication. And let's sign this painting. Gonna thin the paint. We're gonna go into a little bit of bright red. We want this really thin. Well, I think we have a finished painting. Give this one a try. Check out my website at carlvonartistry.com. I hope to do more of these paintings, and eventually we'll launch tutorials and lessons. For now, happy painting. See you next time.